Yeah, yeah.
What's your general, opinion
What do I
on
think
it?
about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
They have to live with their body for the rest of their lives.
Oh, I'm back with another pink drink, and if I was sponsored I would say that it was amazing, but I'm not sponsored, obviously, so it's actually kind of terrible if I'm being honest. I don't know what James Charles was thinking. It's pretty atrocious. Hashtag Costa is my bae, Starbucks, stay away. That's my rhyme. Anyway, I'm starting a sort of series while I'm down home, and it's where I think I'm gonna try and speak to every family member I possibly can before I go away, because when I go away I'm going to be properly coming back, and I will look very different. I will have had surgery. I will just look different in general when I come back after going away to uni. So in this video I'm actually just packing right now to go to my nan's house, and I'm staying the week there because my parents are going on holiday with my sister and her boyfriend, and they're leaving me behind because I'm trash and no one wants that on holiday with them. Yeah, so I'm getting left behind and I'm staying at my nan's house. I like to spend some time with her anyway before I go away, because who knows what can happen in half a year. I'm actually going to be turning 3 months on tea while I'm there as well, so I'll make a video there too. And I actually wanted to sit down with my nan and speak to her about the whole, speak to her if she actually understands what's happening. And this is the intro, so yes, let's get into it. We gotta take you to a cat, what's it called?
This is a cattery.
A cattery, a cat hotel.
Yeah, it's quite
I'm sorry. No. Baby. Okay, so I am in my nan's house, well, my grandma and granddad's house, Joan and Geoff's at the moment. They've made up such a beautiful room for me, and they've put all my old teddies there. I'm speaking quietly, even though they probably can't hear me anyway, because it'll be awkward because they don't know I vlog really. So if I'm just speaking to myself in my room, they're probably like, what are you doing? I'm really excited to be here. I had to send my cat to a cattery. Poor baby, she was meowing so much. Also now a little bit nervous to ask them to go on camera, if that makes any sense, and I don't know if they'll understand what I mean by that. My granddad actually just said this thing to me. He came upstairs and I went, yeah, I've actually slept in this room once before, but when I was a little girl, I used to sleep in the other room. And then he goes, oh, you were never a little girl, joking. And he was like, and you're not much of a big one now. So he was saying I was never much of a little girl, and right now I definitely don't look like a big girl. So I don't think he meant it as though he knew that I was trans, but I think it just, the way that he said it, it was just I found it so hilarious, because he was like, and you're not much of a big one now because I look like a boy, basically. I'm nervous, but excited to sit them down and speak to them. So I'm gonna go eat dinner, and I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna leave it a few days, but I'm not just gonna pounce on them with a camera as soon as I, come into the house, but yeah. Wish me luck. But yeah, right, I'll sit in the corner with you guys if we could have a chat about it in general.
Yeah, okay. There's no need for me to comb your hair, is there?
No, it'll be fine. Right, I just wanted to speak about, because obviously we were speaking earlier about my surgery and everything, and I think sometimes it's hard, as me being a trans person, it's hard to, how do you think it's hard to understand about transgender people?
Yeah, yeah.
What's your general, opinion
What do I
on
think
it?
about
Yeah.
it? Well, I think that everybody has got a body, and they're given a body, and then when they get to a certain age, they should be allowed to do whatever they want to do.
Yeah. See, that's such a progressive, like,
because
way of seeing
they
it.
have to live with their body for the rest of their lives. So
Yeah.
they should be able to do what they think after they've made speaking to somebody what they should do.
Yeah.
Not live a life of only half a life.
That's like the best way anyone could say it, really. It's hard to know that your brain is different because, unless you know what being transgender is.
I didn't realise that brains could be different.
Yeah.
I thought that everybody's brain was the same as a hand or a foot.
No, it's a very intricate thing, the brain. Everyone's brain is different, and there's a different brain between men and women. It's actually...
I didn't know that.
Obviously, you can't cure being transgender, but you can sort of help cure the gender dysphoria of the body.
Yeah.
So you can't change the brain, but you can change your body so that you feel like you're in the right one, if that makes any sense. You can change your body so that you feel... Because it's weird, you're basically a man trapped inside of a female's body. Not quite that, but
I don't think it's weird, because I think that when the baby is developing, that all sorts of things can happen.
Yeah. I took a year away from everyone up in Portsmouth so that I could think about myself and my gender. I thought about, I sat down for the year up in Portsmouth, and I thought, is this what I need? Is this what I want? Is this what I need? Will this make me happy? And I saw a lot of therapists in that year who said, yeah, they diagnosed me, like written diagnoses, even though I didn't like the word diagnosed, but they said that I am transgender,
Well,
they've seen many other cases.
When you think about it, human beings like we are today haven't been around for that long.
Yeah.
And we are still developing. That in 100 years' time, they're not going to be like we are today.
Yeah.
They're going to be totally different.
Maybe even all robots.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess back in, what it was like, you were around when being gay and transgender was actually illegal.
Yeah.
Because there were trans people back in the day, they just were seen as gay. Actually, at I don't know if you know Stonewall, the Stonewall riots, and they were about the liberation of gay rights, gay and trans rights.
Yeah.
But actually, back then there were transgender people because
Well, I mean, when you think about what people used to do back then, I mean, people never thought of doing anything outrageous.
But
They just did everyday things, didn't they?
in New York, there was actually a very famous transgender woman called Marsha P. Johnson. She was a trans activist back in 1969 in the Stonewall riots, and she actually was very active. But back then, it was very hostile for people who were LGBT. What was it like being, I guess, alive in that time? Because obviously people's minds change.
Well, basically, human beings don't like anything that is not normal.
Yeah, that's different.
The same as what most people are.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are not the same as another person. That doesn't mean to say that they're not normal. It's just that you, in particular, don't understand it.
Yeah. And it's, because I think people are afraid in a way of things who are different, people who are different, and they use that fear as
I mean, people have got different ways of thinking about things. And I mean, some people, although they think, they don't really think deep.
Yeah.
They just think over things quick, I mean, a lot of people, if they wanted to, thought about things, could improve their lives a lot.
Tell me, they used to say, but I haven't heard it in recent years, but that there's part of the brain It's got so much.
Neuron things that are in the brain. They're so small and tiny, and there's so many of them intricate to each person's brain. They're all different. The neurological pathways, which are the small little pathways in the brain, they're different in everybody basically, and that's what makes you you. The way that the neurons are connected in the brain. The only difference is that being transgender. I think the only difference is that
the brain can choose.
Being transgender isn't a choice, sort of thing, because you're born that way, you know. It's the same as sexuality. Sexuality isn't really a choice, you know. Like as I was saying earlier, I've never really cared about the gender of the person, you know. I haven't been in proper relationships, but I've dated girls and guys, and I've dated a few like non-binary people, which are people who are gender in between. That's, you know,
yes,
I've never really, as long as I like someone and I think they look good and I like their personality and they're nice, I don't really care if they're a boy or a girl. It's not really a or a non-binary.
Can't do it at all.
I guess the moral of the story is we're all different and it's okay. But if you actually have a look, there's like, I know I showed you a photo, but that's sort of that was him before. Yeah. You know, when and then that was there's a wasp. Yeah. And that was after, you know, a few years on testosterone. That's
they don't look any the same, do they? You can't see any similar.
Yeah. But you know, it's because it's such a big change, you know. Well, they look similar actually. This one looks similar, don't they? But they look like a man afterwards. That one's a Jamie, a cool YouTuber. Yeah, that's them before and that's them after.
Right.
The photos side by side. That's them before and that's them after testosterone.
What are they trying to do with a thing like that?
Just trying to look more male because the brain's male, if that makes any sense. Any last things to say for the video? To the people out there? If I grab the camera.
I don't think so. I just think it's very interesting. And that, you know, people should go with what their brain tells them.
And makes them happy, I guess.
Yeah.
That's very... See, you're like one of the most so understanding. Yeah. What do you think, Geoff? I guess it's all confusing, but... but yeah.
I think we've still got to learn a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of stuff.
In life in general, I think there's a lot of stuff, but I think at the end of the day...
I don't know where it's going to end up, but there's still a lot of stuff out there to learn.
Yeah. I think you're very wise, Joan. I'd say the word is wise for you, because you always take a step back and look at things, you know. We're going to get swarmed. Anyway, okay, let's end the video off. I guess we can say... thanks for watching. Okay. Alright, we'll end the video. Thanks for being in the video, Nan.
Yeah, I'll get the dinner on.
So, what do you think about the whole thing, Geoff? I guess. What do you think about the whole, you know, I guess LGBT thing with, you know, the whole trans thing with me? What do you think about it? That's a big fly.
I think we've got to start at the beginning on this one because it's such a wide
thing, yeah.
It's a wide aspect, isn't it?
I mean, there's obviously a lot. I mean, I've changed quite a bit because my voice is deepening because I'm on, you know, testosterone. But if I show you a photo of before and after, because I haven't shown you yet, when someone takes testosterone, they transition to become a man, and that's what they look like beforehand, and that's what they look like afterwards. So if you...
Now then, that's a her becoming a
him, yeah.
A him, is it?
Yeah, and that's basically what I'm doing. So like, it looks like a, you know... Yeah.
It's, the brain has got a hell of a lot of work to do, but it does it. I mean, that's why we're talking like this.
Yeah. I know it's hard to comprehend, me being a man inside of a female's body.
The brain, well, you can't change it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good video, speaking about LGBT stuff.
I don't quite. It's a difficult subject to talk about, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd agree.
For goodness sake, you know, when and that's why I said, what was the part of the brain that there are more of them than grains of sand on.
Yeah, there's about the same amount of neurons in the brain than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. And I guess that's why everyone's different, you know, because there's, you know, and you gotta. Hello. Now I guess it's the end of the video. This video was very interesting. It was a really cool conversation that I had with my nan, and you know, it was just nice to be able to at least tell them so that they understand what's happening, because I didn't just want to come back and look different or have my surgery and like not mention it to them, if that makes any sense. So it was actually nice to just be able to tell them that, sort of like give them like a little heads up, if that makes any sense, without just being like, oh yeah, by the way, I just got surgery, or oh, by the way, I'm a dude now, lol. So yeah, I just thought that I'd give them a heads up. And actually, obviously going to the horse farm and everything, I went to see my great auntie Penny, Joan's sister, and that was really fun because she, despite being able to see the horses again, she actually said to me, and maybe I'll do a video with her in the future, she said to me, I mean, you just got to listen to what your body's telling you, you know. And they were very, if they called me Tia accidentally, my dead name, if they called me that accidentally, they'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. And her husband was actually, you know, Daryl, was actually, yeah, her husband was actually like, whenever she said Tia, he would be like, Toby, it's Toby. So they were so understanding about it. Just like my auntie, Joan's daughter, she's very understanding about it too, so that was really cool. Anyway, it's the end of the video. I didn't want to drag it on too long. I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I hope this was very interesting. Please like, comment and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you can see notifications from a tranny like me, and also for all my transition stuff. I'm gonna have a subscribe button up here, so please click it because you love me. And also I'm gonna have some stuff like my transition timeline and a few other videos and such like that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Comment down below and let me know your stories of your family coming out stuff. Anyway, bye.